This episode is brought to you by Zebra Cakes. Zebra Cakes, for when you just are real close to getting the beaties and you want to give yourself that little extra push across the line. Zebra Cakes.
Welcome to the Vale, a rare bastion of civilization in a world recuperating after a terrible, centuries-long war. Though the battles ended 200 years ago, the land still recovers from this period of tumultuous strife and slavery. Join now the defenders of the Vale as they navigate a world riddled with opportunity and tragedy, all the while seeking glory, gold, and adventure.
All right. Last we left, Sue was very ineffective against attacking the dragon. You guys were moments away from death.
Or
Everybody was
something
about to
they
die.
expect.
Cats are sleeping, the dogs. Everything's just mass chaos. And it's the top of the round, isn't it? We left at the top of the round. All right. Sue, it's your turn.
Actually, my turn just finished.
Didn't you get a... Oh, sorry, you did. Ren, it's your turn.
Well, I will use both of my 10 magic pointies, and
Okay.
I'm afraid, and I'm gonna. Well, since Sue's all this like close to the dragon, I guess that I have advantage.
No, you don't have advantage. You get sneak attack, but you don't have
Yeah,
advantage.
that's right. All right, so I'm gonna throw two of them. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Don't cheat extra.
Okay, so 27, 26. For the
26?
first one. Yeah, thank you. And 15 for the second one.
Yeah, the second one, I'm sure you're not surprised misses.
Yeah, I'm not.
But how much damage did you do on the one that you hit?
I did 44 damages.
Sue looks back at Ren and gives a thumbs up.
Rin responds with a shaking thumbs up, like afraid but not sure what's gonna happen. And Rin is gonna. Oh shit! What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the dodge action. No.
Nope.
Can I? No, I can't.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna use dodge.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss my pants and stay there.
All right. You now canonically have yellow pants. You wore the brown pants.
Time for brown pants.
Matsu, let's see what you're gonna do.
Well, for starters, as an action, a scimitar magically appears in my hand. It's kind of glowing with a slightly green crackling energy as it appears. And then, how far away is that damn dragon? Alright, I'm gonna move 30 feet. And I guess since I can't get close enough to really do much else. Oh wait, that was my action. So bonus. Shoot, I can't do that. He's too far away. Alright, I guess that's it for me. That was action and move.
Gragnelius?
Gragnelius, knowing that he is the copy of the master of the firebolt, will be firebolting to show off his skills.
That's a shame.
And fumble.
Reeling from the damage from the other two people, the dragon will just look at Gragnelius stupidly as a firebolt just goes elsewhere. Really? That's what you're going to do? Rabijjan?
So I can dash as an action, right?
I think as a tabaxi, you can dash as a bonus action.
It is.
But what if I want my bonus action?
Then you can also dash as an action, yes?
Okay. So Rabijjan is going to move her movement, which is 60 feet with the dash. And then she's going to cast Spiritual Weapon, which that has a range of 60 feet. So that I can get right up nice and close to the dragon.
And it'll hit. Roll the 23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 to hit. So then that's 17 damage total.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Onyx, there's a giant dragon for you to kill. Why aren't you killing it?
You know, one, I'm way over here. Two, he looks like he's taking an awful lot of damage, and
Why you say that? Okay.
he's thinking something is up. So he's keeping his eyes on the outside and other places inside this thing.
Irony?
Irony is gonna dash.
Grakijan, what are you going to do?
Grakijan's gonna dash.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm moving his Grok down.
What is Grak going to do?
Grok is going to cast. Here, I'll make things easy. I'll just firebolt it.
Whew, that's close.
Do I have advantage?
Why would you have advantage?
Because the DM really likes me.
No,
Because
you
he
don't have
wants to
advantage.
pay you $20 to have advantage.
I've got my Venmo open. If $20 shows up in the next 5 seconds, you've got extra advantage. No, it's a regular hit. It's 29 to hit, which is close. It's an 18
29
roll.
to hit for 39 damage. For the listener, if I had advantage, I would have crit.
I like that.
Pretty sure I did like the least amount of damage to it. So
Yeah, we'll go this way. He's familiar with the party. He knows a dexterity attack on that one, this one, and that one is pretty much stupid. Now, do I want to hit the fake one or the real one? He wouldn't know who the fake one is. I think he's going to go that way. Yeah. So, you guys have no idea what's about to happen.
He's aiming a breath weapon for the
No.
Lightning bolt.
It's
I have
on...
a-
Oh, it's 10 feet wide. Both of those guys got to save. That'll work. All right, I need dexterity saving throws from Grok. Is that Groknelius, Rabijjan, and Sue.
I have an inspiration dice. Would this be a good time to use it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Actually, I don't think this is... you'll survive it, and he doesn't have a lot of hit points left, so...
Grok got
mean-
a 12, Groknelius got an 11.
Sue got a 26.
Rabijjan got an 11.
Yeah, you would have failed even with advantage, so it's good that we didn't use it. So Phanilius is going to take half damage, and then Groknelius and Rabijjan are going to take all of this. 93 points of electricity, or lightning damage, I mean, as Blue roars at all of the pain and blasts out a lightning bolt. And all he says after that are, "You idiots don't know what you're doing!" Sue,
Okay. I'm worried now.
are you going to hit it?
Yeah, I guess I am. Yep. Shadow Blade is a concentration spell, so I probably don't have concentration anymore.
You don't want to roll a check to see if that's to go there?
Yeah, I sure do. 22. I do have concentration still. All right, I will attack then.
See? Isn't it good to check? I'm helping you kill my monsters now. You guys have corrupted me.
22 to hit.
Ooh, that barely. That's the number.
37 damage. And then I will attack again.
No, you don't need to.
24 to hit.
This is all extra. He's falling dead.
Oh, all right then.
How would
He's-
you...
He still has hit points on my screen, so I.
Oh, that's
thought
because I
he was
haven't...
still there.
I didn't do the... He's negative. What's that,
Ah.
37 total? He's 17 negative.
Cool.
So how would you describe Sue's action in attacking it? Make it sound real funny or nice or strong. Whatever, it's your moment.
So as he looks my direction to release his breath weapon, he opens his mouth and breathes out a line of lightning, and I reach my rapier and pierce it through the roof of his mouth and into his brain, and I swirl it around a little.
Little Stu. He falls dead, speaking with a rapier lisp. His dying words are really quiet. Sue can hear them without a check, and Rabijjan, Groknelius, and Rin can make a perception check to hear the last words if they want.
Rin rolled a 25.
Rabijjan got a 14.
Guess he doesn't.
Rabijjan got a 26.
Everybody besides Rabijjan hears it. He dies. As he dies, he says, he kind of laughs and goes, "You've opened the gate now. I hope your revenge was worth your life," and dies. Anyway, that's the meaning of life.
Rin just goes, "Whatever the hell does that means?" Sue, any idea about that?
No, I don't really know. I don't really know anything about portals and things.
Would Mr. Groknelius know? Whatever it is you guys are talking about?
All right, the dragon dies. What are you guys doing? Let me go ahead and do this so you feel safe, because I want you all to feel safe.
Yeah, this is something that can be re-rolled, huh?
I search.
Go ahead and give me an investigation.
We'll go help Sue if it gives him advantage.
Are you proficient in investigation?
Of course I am.
I only got a 19.
Wow, you rolled bad.
I rolled really bad.
With a flick of his wrist, Matsu returns the sword to wherever it had come from.
We just need a potion. So if you guys are ready to roll the number of potions to make Basil happy.
Hell yeah.
Why don't you make him roll it?
What do we have to roll?
I was gonna make him roll it until you got sassy. Rabijjan, I need a D10 from you.
8.
You're lucky I put you on a list that doesn't even have potions as an option.
There's not enough wine in my bottle, guys.
Sue, in honor of 500 and some odd points of damage or whatever it was, why don't you go ahead and roll twice on the 1d10? Actually, wait. Roll once, 1d6. Rabijjan rolled an 8. Sue rolled a 4. All right, Sue, go ahead and give me a 1d12 twice. You got the alchemist.
Let's
means
go.
That means this potion's coming from my boy Basil. 10 and 2. We got a potion of superior healing. This fuming indigo ichor causes one's eyes to turn blue when used. That's cool. It's a cool little effect. We also got, and this one's specifically for Basil, a potion of climbing. This smoking sapphire liquid causes flames to flicker wildly when used. All right, Basil, since I'm making fun of you, why don't you give me a 1d6? No 4s, though.
2.
What is that? How do you do Ricky with a hard R?
No, you said acre.
Yeah, sure. All right, and then just to get everybody involved, let's have Ron roll 1d17 and Grok roll 1d17, and we'll just let Onyx feel odd man out yet. Ron rolled a 17, which is beautiful. Grok got a 14.
I got a 14.
Ooh, this one's a very rare magic item. We got a 14. Wow. All right. You guys destroyed a dragon so bad. Love it.
No, you don't.
Actually, I do. Challenge rating was over 20.
And Sue basically soloed it.
All right. Need somebody. Ron, you're the treasurer. Make sure you take a note because I'm going to read a bunch of stuff. Are you ready?
I am the historian.
Yeah, but you started off as treasurer. Nobody else took the role. Just somebody be ready because there's a lot of numbers that are going to come out that you guys got to divide. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. 29,000 gold pieces. You guys just did kill one of the most powerful dragons in the realm. And dragons have dragon hordes. 33,000 PPs, platinum pieces. 3 agates, each worth 1,000 gold apiece. I don't know how to pronounce the name
you
of this.
mean ingots?
No. Agates. 2 Hyken?
It is Zagat.
Jacint, Jacinth, for 1,000 gold each. 2 opals for 1,000 gold each.
Hang on.
You should type it. You type faster than me, right? I type faster than me.
Well, the 2 jacinths, how much are they?
Actually, hold on. I'll make this easy for you. Let me read it, and then I'll just copy and paste it. Yellow sapphire, 1,000 gold. A spell scroll. 2 spell scroll. 3 spell scrolls. 4 spell scrolls. A vial of sapphire dust. A partial amphoria of fine wine, which we need to keep away from Rabijjan. And 3 other magic items. So we have 3 spell scrolls and 3 magic items.
You said 4 spell scrolls.
You said 4 spell scrolls. And 4 is correct. And 3 magic items. So, what are you guys doing now? You got a bunch of loot. There's a giant dead dragon.
Did anybody hear whatever he said before dying? Or is it just me?
Rabijjan, he said something?
Yes, he did. He said, well, basically we were idiots and that the gate was now open. So whatever
He
that
keeps
means.
he keeps calling us idiots anyway, so I'm sure it's not a big deal.
I wouldn't worry about it if I was you guys. I'd pretend you didn't even hear it. Forget all about it.
Yeah, so the dragon just said something about a gate? Like nothing specific?
I don't know. That means nothing to me, actually.
In particular, the dragon said the gate is now open.
Okay, so the way I figure it, you guys were talking about all that treasure we got, and there was 3 agates. So which one of those is he talking about?
So, do you guys want to spend some sort of abilities or whatever to find out what those magic stuff says?
I can spend some time and cast Identify.
All right, then we'll just go ahead and hurry up. The spell scrolls. You get a spell scroll of Dominate Monster, spell scroll of Feeble Mind, Glibness, and True Polymorph.
Nice.
Well, again, it's an ancient dragon horde. There's going to be some loot. And I sucked at passing out loot. I'm trying to be a better person about it. Also, there was a sword and 2 shields which stuck out. There was a sword of vengeance, a battered weapon inlaid with jet, 2 different shields. One is a spell guard shield, finely crafted shield engraved with runes of invulnerability. Another one is a Sentinel Shield. This battered shield was taken from the lost dungeon of the Worm Count. While holding the Sentinel Shield, you have an advantage on initiative rolls, wisdom perception checks, and it has the symbol of an eye on it. It's pretty. The Spell Guard Shield, you have advantage on saving throws versus spells and other magical effects, and spell attacks have disadvantage on you.
I'm gonna go over and start gathering me some ancient blue body parts. Does
Alright.
anybody want to assist me?
Yes. One moment on that.
Sue moved into the corner in his dark leather armor and hid.
And what was your armor before you fought the dragon?
Full plate.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we pointed that out. Just wanted people to hear that. Anybody gonna search around the room for anything before we get into dicing up the dragon?
Now that I'm stealthed, I will stealth around the room, checking everywhere else.
There is a large oak desk with a lot of papers and reports on it in the corner, kind of near you, actually. There's also a couple of bookshelves. It looks like the office that was set up for the dwarf version of Blue.
I'd like to go through the bookshelves and try to see if anything stands out that shouldn't be there.
So you just want to see what stands out in the book. There's a bunch of books about the realms. There's some about Centrevale. There's some about dragons. There's just books of information.
Yes, but I want to, touch the books to see if there's any,
Do they feel very booky?
hidden stuff and maybe some sort of hidden door or whatever could be in, something hidden there.
Yep, there's nothing hidden. You don't even have to roll.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to help Sue go through the papers if you would like me to join.
Now, the papers are interesting. Yeah, who did you heal with those 2 casts of heals?
For the first one, I did 70 healing points for Grok. And then for the second one, I used 5 charges on my Staff of Healing, and I'm healing myself 25 points.
That's mask your wounds, so you don't have to just do yourself. You can share that with other people.
I mean, if anybody else wants it, from what I can see, everybody else, other than, fake people, sorry, Grok, they're all pretty much
Fake people can't be healed with those spells anyway.
perfect. So there you go. I think, for the most part,
I should drop some fireballs right now near Groknelius.
They're constructs, so they can't be healed.
Blue would really appreciate the healing.
Yeah, do you want to heal Blue?
No.
Blue? You want to cast Resurrection on him real quick?
no.
You sure?
Yes.
I'll give you $1.
I need more than that, I think.
He didn't put his phone timer up there. You could always revive him.
Yeah. If you heal him, I'll never do the phone timer thing to you for revive again.
That's tempting. You
Not
just want
never.
another shot at your ancient dragon to kill us.
I mean, if I wanted another shot, I could just go over here and type Ancient Dragon.
So I guess with the Staff of Healing, then, if somebody else wants 25 points and they're within, I think, 30.
And remember, you also got heals for casting heal.
Well, did Grok use all of those? 'Cause there's only 70, so...
Oh yeah, it's 70, but being your life cleric.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that it was 70 and realized she's a life cleric and did the math on my own.
So there we go.
I was talking
Ancient
about
Dragons.
her.
All right. So you going through those papers on the desk we're in?
Yes.
You find it's a lot of reports. He was really keeping tabs on what the defenders were doing, and you're not sure the date because there's no date written on a lot of these reports. But there's a date. There's reports of cult activity. It's not a lot, but there's stuff going on still, and there's communication directly with a couple of people that you know, and one in particular that you don't. So some people you know are people that you've had contact with before and have been in communication with, and the people you don't know are people you haven't had contact with before or heard about. So he's got a couple of letters to and from Abel. He has some letters from Jethero. That letter looks older. He's got a letter from Geyser. Why do you want to roll hit dice?
For free heals.
Oh, for a short rest? Are you trying to take a short rest right now?
I mean, we're kind of looting around and doing a lot. Could I do it, while everybody else is intermingling about?
Sure.
Thank you.
And then you see one letter from a dragon, and this dragon, or from a name that after you read the letter you can ascertain is a dragon. And there's a few disturbing things about this dragon in particular. Sorry, I was looking up how to pronounce it, because dragon names are sometimes hard. That's really what was taking a lot of the time. Hydrolthiz. This dragon seems to be referred to and revered as almost a god by Blue.
Can we make some sort of history check to know what's its background, or how legendary is that?
With the information on dragons being suppressed, you would only be able to make a history check if you were in an ancient library that had information about dragons in it still.
So I could do it in Centrevale.
No, there's no way in Centrevale that they've got it. There's no library in Centrevale with enough ancient dragon tomes to give you the ability to make that check. You might be able to do it in Fenilius's parents' library or something like that, but if in Centrevale the books aren't old enough. Library's great, but it's not that great yet. Are you guys going to take a rest here? Are you guys going to head out? What are you guys thinking of doing?
I think we should maybe, Grok, maybe you should make us some, tiny hut or something like that, because, well, we've seen dragons going all about here, so I think, this is not safe to sleep in an open space.
Rabijjan feels like it might be better to move away from this area.
Yeah, true.
I think
don't know
I think staying here is a terrible idea.
But I want her to cut up Blue.
Well, I kind of meant like sleeping here and eating a snack and stuff. I think that's a terrible idea.
It's a big dragon. It's going to take some time.
That's why I'm here to help.
Goes faster?
Everybody can't, but one person who's proficient in nature can. All right, Onyx, give me a good survivor check. Nature check.
So it's nature, not survival.
Yeah.
Well, then somebody else needs to do it then, because I've always done them with survival.
All right, let's do survival then. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because my nature would have sucked.
Or you would have got a natural 20. And then tell me what you're trying to pull from this.
Yes.
All right. Tell me what you're trying to pull from this that you'll be able to carry home.
Yes.
Okay. You get some dingleberries and some toe gum.
As he's pulling the stuff off, we're throwing them in Grok's shell.
But yeah,
Grok's shell's getting kind of full. You can only hold so much stuff in there, and you've got like a library in there right now.
No, I don't. You made me give it back.
Could make you give most of it back.
But I'm going for scales, plate, hide type stuff. And is somebody assisting me?
I will.
Are you proficient in survival?
Never mind.
Rabijjan's gonna cast guidance to help you out.
That's post-use of ability.
I wasn't ready yet. He rolled before I had a chance.
We've been talking for a while.
Is anybody helping me? And then Ren piped up to say something, and I went to say that I was gonna do it, and he rolled.
Even with, it's not gonna improve it enough.
Yeah. For the listener, I rolled a 10.
That's
actually, I rolled a 3 with plus 7 is 10.
You get some scales, you get a couple claws, you get a few teeth. Sue did a lot of damage to the body. You get some stuff. You should take it to your blacksmith buddy and see what he can do for you.
So that's what I was planning on doing, taking it on over.
How about that? I think it's been like a few months since I asked for this green dragon dagger. If you want to note it somewhere so we can talk about it later.
All right, you get a dagger. It's +1 dagger. It's got green dragon stuff on it.
Really?
What do you want it to do? What do you want? What would make you happy, Ren?
No, I mean, you said dragon stuff. So what was the dragon stuff? I mean, do you have something more?
Nope.
Like more? No, that's it. This is a +1 dagger. Okay, cool. That's what I want. That's cool.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. The dragon stuff's what makes it magical. I don't think I can give you a weapon better than the weapon you got, so I wasn't too stressed on it.
Oh, don't worry.
What does that mean? I'm a little worried.
You should be always.
I don't know about always. What else you guys doing? Rabijjan, give me a percentile dice roll because I want to stress you out because you were mean to me earlier.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you deserved it. I rolled a 12.
I correct you because you're wrong.
He wanted a percentile die.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But I'll take a 12 on a percentile dice. That's fine. We can go with that.
No, you'd have to times it by 5 because that's only a d20.
No, that's not how
So
that
it would be a 60.
Good, we're going for middle's trouble.
92.
Good. Everything's fine, guys.
Why is it good?
Everything's good. It's all good. I don't know why you're stressed.
You do. Just admit it.
All right, guys. How about we move out of here and just maybe go back to Centrevale to regroup and get some rest.
Yeah, and I also like to take a little bit of steak with that too. So it's not a very good roll, so it's probably not very good steak, but
That depends on who cooks it. Okay, how are you guys getting back to Centrevale?
Pretty much the same way we came in, I guess. Unless somebody has something to go to save us some time.
Can Gracnelius cast orderly spells to
Yes, he can.
locations?
See, I would have said just animate the dragon, but I cut him up in pieces, so...
Oh, Matsu can cast portals too.
So I can set one up that takes us back to Centrevale, because I'm sure that I would know Centrevale's sigil sequence.
All right, sweet. So Matsu sets up a teleportation circle. You guys manage to all step through it. And who's the last one through the circle?
Onyx.
Sure.
So Onyx is the last one through?
That's what he said.
Okay, everybody get out of this channel besides me and Onyx.
Oh crap.
You are stepping through. You've got all your loot. You're happy with everything. And as you look back towards the dragon, kind of to kind of glorify your victory one more time, you see a red, kind of reddish necrotic energy form a circle. Rith, the Death Knight, steps out, gives you a nod solemnly as you see some undead ogres come in and start to haul the dragon through the portal.
Oh, he's been keeping an eye.
And you just hear from a deep, echoey, metallic, "Well done, adventurer," as Rith and the ogres and the corpse of Blue disappear into the portal back into nothingness. All right, you guys are back in the inn. You guys have killed Blue. I'm sure it's a very overwhelming fight. What are you guys doing? Dave's at the bar drinking.
Basil would like to. He apologizes to the party for having been late to help with the dragon, but he kind of figured that since Sue was going with you guys, you'd be okay.
What does that mean?
It means he was scared.
Yeah, that makes sense. You just sort of take this opportunity to sort of give thanks to the defenders and Sue and whatnot for dealing with Blue.
We got your back, man.
It's always appreciated.
Can Rin just go ahead and use one of the teleportation circle to reach Finn's mom place and then ask her for using her library and make some research about the Hydrotis dragon? Would that be possible?
So you're gonna go by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Then,
assume she don't hate me.
well, that's a big assumption on your part. You take off. You go there. We'll get to you in a bit. What's everybody else doing?
Onyx is going to take what parts, other than the meat that he had, over to his friend and have him, he's going to give him a lot of the stuff and just say, make whatever you want. And then I'm going to have something special made for Basil out of
Oh.
All right. Why don't you message me later, and we'll work out what it is
it.
later. What are you doing with the steaks?
I'm going to have somebody cook up some good food.
All right. I'm going to put you guys on pause for a second. Ren, you go through. You come walking up to the tower. Do you knock?
I thought the teleporter went straight into her, study.
Kinda. Also, don't talk with your mouth full. It'll make Ron yell at you.
What the heck?
So, you're at the tower. What are you doing?
Yeah. Is it? Doesn't it teleports us directly into our, let's say, apartment, or maybe?
She lives in a tower, and she's not in the room that you're in.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go around and try to find Miss Finn's mother.
I'll give you a bonus point right now if you know her name.
Can I have the bonus
Cillian
point?
Silwyn.
No, her first name is what I was going for.
I know it.
Mary.
Almost. That was really close. You get half a bonus point.
What can I do with that?
You can spend them anywhere bonus points are spent. So you get there, and Belethiel is a little surprised when you come walking around, like, we got to change that portal. She's like, why are you in my house? I don't want to go on a date with you.
Yeah, I promise this is not why I'm here. I'm actually here because well, maybe you know about Blue. Well, the blue dragon, we call it Blue, which is a dwarf when he's not a dragon. But hey, can I make a recall check to remember its name?
Your character remembers it. You communicate it to Belethiel, and she goes, yeah, I know about him. What about him?
Well, we kind of killed him.
Good.
Yes, I know. It's, well, it goes on a part. Before he died, he kind of says something about you fools or you idiots. Can't remember. It's probably idiots, though, because, he hates us. And, well, he just said the door is open. What does that mean something for you?
Well, I like to have doors open before I walk through them, which tells me something's going somewhere. What was the name of the other dragon?
Yeah, he talked about the Hydrotis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Yes, that's the name. Well, the name we found, Sue and I, on the desk with the papers and stuff.
I'll research it. Take this. She hands you a stone, and I'll get to you when I get information.
Oh, how about what's the stone actually?
Whenever I get information, I will communicate to you through the stone.
Oh, cool. About the portal, please. I mean, I know I've been, straightforward and unpolite with you before, but this is all in the past right now. So, let's just bury the hatchet and never talk about this again.
Oh, I'm gonna point it out at the most uncomfortable time I possibly can. Probably your wedding, when you get married.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Miss Sylwyn. All right.
She laughs. She smiles.
Bye.
And she waves to you non-threateningly to have a great day.
Did she?
Yeah, she was rather nice.
Rin goes away. Get back to Centrevale.
Perfect. You come back into Centrevale, and as you step into Centrevale and you come through the portal, you smell steak. It's just wafting in through the air. You come through, and it smells like it's been seasoned perfectly. It's just a beautiful aroma.
All right, then I'm gonna do my halfling, food craziness and just be. Oh yes, this smells like second breakfast to me, and I'm just gonna run towards the smell of the well cooked.
You head down to the bottom of Centrevale, and somewhere around here, kind of out in the middle, is almost a wok-looking thing with fire and wood, and you see the gnome who usually makes breakfast grilling steaks, dragon steaks.
Oh, my mother used to do them like this. This is perfect. This reminds me of the smell from my hometown.
Ren, I wanted to ask, have you just been to see Miss Sylwyn, were you saying?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Well, I just wanted to let you know, I did want to come with you. However, the last time I spoke to Miss Sylwyn, she put a tattoo needle into my arm and hasn't said anything to me since. So I'm a little bit scared of her.
What? And what did happen after she put the tattoo needle in your arm?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I was wanting to inquire, what did you ask about?
Well, he was with us, right? When we...
Oh, yes, I just got there.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's just say that soon I discovered some information about, maybe... Well, we discovered some basic information about another dragon that was... How do you say that in your common language? It was followers of him. Maybe he treated him some sort of god figure. So I went there with the papers and the name to make sure that maybe she could give us some more information about, what it is, and also about this so-called gate that is now open, which frightens me, to be honest, because how cryptic language is always it's always how do you say that in common?
Cryptic?
Yes, it's cryptic, but it's always frightening to me, at least.
A few moments later, Miss Sylwyn comes walking down the stairs. She walks past you guys, and she comes over to Fenilius 2 over here. She points at him and she goes, "Which one are you?"
I'm also Fenilius, ma'am.
Okay, you know who I am.
Yes.
Come. And she turns around and walks back up the stairs.
And he immediately follows.
And then he's gone. So, you guys are eating steaks at the damn inn, putting the steaks in your mouth and chewing on them. Much more elegant before. You've got Miss Sylwyn looking up information about this dragon and this gate. You've got 2 people off helping Abel try to figure things out. Sue's with you temporarily. Matsu's here. Roland's off on a thing. What are you guys going to do? What's today look like for the Defenders of the Veil?
I will reach to the Rin and I will ask my partners to do the same research that Miss Sylwyn is doing.
All right. I'm just going to let you know they're not going to find out anything about this dragon or the gate. Yeah, that's nothing against your network. It's a very good network, but it's new and dragon information is new.
I know.
Sue is going to kind of sheepishly approach somebody, Rabijjan, and say, "Hey, that all that coin and gems that we found. Do you guys split that up? Do I get a share of that?"
Now that Rabijjan has been eating, her brain is less foggy, and she is very intent on what you're saying. Yes, Rabijjan would like shinies and maybe some gold. Who has it?
I suppose I do. Here. And Matsu will dump out a bag full of the coins. I'm guessing he has one of those coin bags as well. And all of the things. He'll immediately hand the yellow sapphire over to Onyx.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I dump out the coins and just start divvying it up. And that's boring, so I'm not going to talk about it. Alright, everybody gets 3,625 gold pieces. Everyone gets 4,125 platinum pieces. And then there are 5 gemstones remaining, 3 agate, 2 jacinth, I think it's pronounced, and 2 opal, each of which is worth 1,000 gold pieces. And then we also have the items, the 4 spell scrolls, Dominate Monster, Feeble Mind, Glibness, and True Polymorph. We have 1 vial of Sapphire Dust. It's worth 1,000 gold pieces and weighs 1 pound. We have a partial amphora of fine wine. So Blue's been drinking. And then we have a Sword of Vengeance, a Spellguard Shield, and a Sentinel Shield.
What's the sword do?
Venges.
I'm gonna look in the compendium.
Can Rabijjan have the opals or buy the opals, or can Rabijjan do something to get the opals?
And there's actually 7 different ones, so everybody can at least get 1 gem, and then whoever gets the other extra gem, you might be able to buy it from them, or however we want to do it.
Oh yeah, 7.
Get 3 agates, 2 jacinth, 2 opals, and then the
2
yellow
opals.
sapphire, so that would be 8 total.
Yeah, and Onyx got the sapphire. I mean, honestly, you can have an opal for your share, and then you can have my opal, and then everyone else can divide up the 3 agate and 2 jacinth.
Yeah, you can have
You
my
sure?
opal as well.
No, there's only 2 opals. So Rabijjan will take
Then
one.
You can't have mine.
I will take it.
Matsu takes the other one and gives it to Rabijjan.
Thank you very much.
Are very welcome, Rabijjan.
Sue takes one of the agates and gives it to Rabijjan also.
What? Thank you.
Basil is not gonna partake in the money. Why can't I just make a normal sentence? He wants to offer. He wants to offer his share to Sue since he himself didn't really contribute.
And whatever Rin's got, he'd like to give it to the city for improvement.
Okay. Do you have a particular area you want to see improved?
Defense.
The red light district.
And the red light district.
Don't shake your head at us. Hey, support sex workers.
I'm assuming Grok can have the spell scrolls.
No way.
I want to keep Feeble Mind. But Grok could take the other 3.
Sure.
Alright, so you have a scroll of Dominate Monster, a scroll of Glibness, and a scroll of True Polymorph. Actually, I might want to keep the Glibness one. That might be...
I don't even remember what glibness does right now.
I think it means you can't roll below a certain number for your charisma checks. I have it on Scandal.
Yeah. Actually, I want to keep that one.
It's good if you're a charisma caster and you know counterspell.
Yeah, you automatically roll 15.
Yeah. I also have counterspell on Scandal.
Alright, so Grok, you get Dominate Monster and True Polymorph as scrolls, and then Matsu will take Feeble Mind and Glibness.
I'm good with that arrangement.
Yeah, right now I'm going through my spells to see if I can use Sapphire Dust for anything.
And we could just, I guess, give the Humble Beginnings the massive thing of fine wine, 100 pounds of it.
That feels like a good idea for that.
Yeah, I have no use for the vial of Sapphire Dust. If nobody else does, we can always sell it.
It's not.
Rabijjan might buy it from you.
You don't have to buy it, you can just have it.
Woohoo! Thank you.
I think you guys should make Rabijjan buy all that stuff.
Extort the healer. Extort the healer.
Or Basil could use the sapphire dust for his tattooing.
That does not. Is that a thing? Because that sounds like you would get an infection.
Makes it sparkly.
It does
And
make
blue.
it sparkle.
If only you knew.
And it's, you know what? It's even color changing. It'll turn to green over time.
Right, so what are you guys doing now? We got the loot. It's all divided up. What's up?
We ate the steak.
What about the sword and shields?
Oh, I don't really know what the sword does, and I just got the 9 lives stealer, so I'm good, I guess. And I don't use shields, so you could say I have no stake in it.
Well, I like my sword, so I'm not using this one.
What kind of shields are they?
A spell guard shield and a sentinel shield.
Spellguard shield could be good for Robbie.
That's true.
Maybe. What is this? What's the shield?
Just go to the compendium and search for it. Spell guard shield.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what was the other one?
Sentinel.
I read out the descriptions of what they do earlier.
If nobody wants the Sentinel Shield, Irony will take it.
Oh, can Irony use shields?
If you look at his picture, he's holding his sword in one hand, so he does have his other hand free.
He looks a bit like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I don't think Irony can use shields.
Is he proficient?
He can't really. He's an iron golem. He's not really.
I didn't want to bring race into this, Ricky. Okay.
Racist.
He's fine without a shield. I'm not gonna let you magic item Irony up.
Maybe the kingdom of down here could make use of him.
Okay.
Well, if your children quite like very dangerous toys, perhaps you could use it as a frisbee for them.
Oh.
Rabijjan will take the Spellguard shield. That seems like a good idea. Thank you.
Keep our healer safe.
Nobody's taking the sword.
What does it?
She's not feeling very vengeful.
Grok will also take the Sentinel Shield if you don't want me to give it to Irony.
Yeah, Grok can have it. Irony can't have it. You can have it. I'm not gonna let you magic up. The Iron Golem's enough. You don't need to buff him up.
Just give me the name of the sword. I'm gonna research it, see what it is.
Sword of Vengeance.
It's cursed.
Which none of you guys would know.
Well, I think when you identified it, don't you learn that?
Maybe.
Well, that sucks.
No. Page 139 of the DMG. Most methods of identifying items, including the identify spell, fail to reveal a curse.
Well, good. Then nobody knows that then.
Yeah. I mean, they do, but yeah, metagamers.
What kind of sword is it? Longsword?
I think so. It's a +1 longsword or whatever.
It could be any sword, even if it was a two-handed.
Sure, longsword sounds good. That's what it is. It's a +1 longsword.
Yeah, Sue doesn't have any use for a +1 longsword.
Sue doesn't need weapons. Sue is a weapon. So, you've had dinner. We've split up the loot. We've learned stuff about the identify spell, which I should have done already. So what else are you guys doing? Anything fun and exciting?
Sue makes a quick trip back to the capital, but then returns. He was instructed to assist the defenders, so I'm just going to be kind of around humble beginnings, waiting for the defenders to tell me what we're doing next.
Nobody touch a hit point. Nobody touch a spell slot, or I will delete you.
Hello, listener. You have arrived at the mid-roll. So, thank you, as always, for listening to yet another episode of Defenders of the Veil. Be sure to leave ratings and reviews wherever you find your podcasts. Tell your friends about us. Easy stuff. All we ask. Announcements. So, we took a 2-month break in real life between the recording of this episode and the next one. So this is just a little heads up that the next episode might have some, we might be a little fuzzy on the continuity a little bit, 2 months, that's a while to take off. But, we should be fine, but there might be some other changes too. We might relax our release schedule a little bit to help build up our backlog again. But beyond that, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say for you here in this mid-roll. I hope you are enjoying this episode. Thank you, listener. Let's get back to the show.
Alright. Springwater comes in and he goes, Sue, what did you guys do on your first day as an unofficial member of this guild? Again.
Well, on the first day, we went through a portal and traveled up into the mountains and had a conversation with a really terrifying ancient dragon, and its Death Knight rider.
And a Death Knight. You just started off big.
Yeah.
Well, you're alive, so it went good, right?
Yeah, it went good. I told an amazing joke. He thought it was funny. Broke the ice a little.
What joke was it? You're really good at joke.
Geez, I don't remember which one I told him.
That's okay. Give me a random one. I'll take it. I'll take you whatever you got.
What are a shark's 2 favorite words? Man overboard.
I love it. I love it, buddy. This is why you're the number 3. All right, and then what else happened? What happened the next day?
We went to a lair of some dragon that the defenders here have had issues with, named Blue. And
he gets real serious when you say the name Blue.
Yeah, yep. And the defenders here, they destroyed him pretty good, and we found some treasure, and then came back here.
Awesome. Did you get paid too?
I did.
Okay, good. Good. Blue? You fought Blue?
Yeah, he was pretty scary.
No.
Thankfully, you guys didn't kill him though, right?
Yes.
Wait,
Would you like
I'm
some
sorry.
of the steak?
Did you're eating him?
Yes.
Yes,
Me,
I
wanna
want
go
some
to wait?
ancient dragon steak. Yes, I would like a slice right now.
Why should we maybe not have killed the dragon?
Because he's one of the 5 that make the gate.
Okay, so Rabijjan thinks he said something about a gate. What is the gate?
First of all, I know for a fact through my spy network that you didn't hear nothing about a gate, Rabijjan.
Rabi said, specifically said, Rabijjan thinks he said something about a gate.
And I pretty much told her.
So you pretty much told her. You didn't tell her though. You pretty much told her.
Ugly Little told her.
Well,
Well, what?
first of all, you need to watch your mouth, little halfling. I'll kill you in a way that your parents will forget you ever forgot or were born.
Is it a threat?
Me killing you? No, that's a fact. You can tell that Kane's countenance got a little more serious once you mentioned you killed Blue. Second of all, you gotta watch when you start killing things and you haven't researched it. You guys didn't research them? You guys didn't talk to you? You're in contact with Abel. You didn't ask him about Blue?
We've spoken to Abel about Blue in the past. He never mentioned not to kill him, given the opportunity.
We kill all dragons that are not, I think they said shiny dragons.
What about that gate, though?
We have just come in as research. This explain. Who asked the Sylvan lady about this?
I did.
Oh my God, she's been breathing down my neck. I saw Fenilius, or there's like a couple of him now, isn't there? All right. Well, I hope you guys get a good night's sleep because it's about to hit the fan.
Why?
What is it?
Explain in details.
Okay.
Tell
here's the
us
details.
what you mean.
Here's the details. There were 5 dragons selected to contain the energy of some bad stuff, and that's part of the reasons why the evil dragons were sealed away with the good dragon.
And who were the 5?
Well, Blue was one of them.
How come we are not being? How come we are not made aware of these things before we go places?
Oh, I'm sorry. What importance are you to me?
I don't know. Maybe because we did a lot of stuff to help the realm. Maybe you should give us some importance.
You're right. I should stop doing what I'm doing and babysit you for a while. You're right. I'm sorry.
Apologies accepted.
That's okay. Have you been changed? Do you need a new diaper? Are you okay?
Yeah, I need to take a shit right now. Maybe you want to wipe my ass?
I'll wait until you're done, and then we'll change your Pampers so you're a good little boy. Now, we're going to talk with the adults if you want to hang on for a little half man.
You hear a mumbling F words coming through Rin's lips.
Yeah, Springwater's sassy. So here's the deal. It's one representative of each of the colors. So you killed Blue. It can be red, white, green, and black. You kind of go by those nicknames as well, but they all have different names.
There was another dragon that was briefly mentioned, I believe. Ren?
Yeah, it's Hydralitz.
Oh,
Yes,
maybe
hydraulic irrigation system.
Maybe the Great Spring Water could enlighten us towards this subject as well, since he knows it all.
I mean, I don't know if I speak in words small enough for the halfling to get, but everybody else can explain it to you later once I'm done talking. Pamor, Bringer of Death, is the white dragon. It goes by white. Then there's Tandari, Lord of the Skies.
Did Blue have a title?
No. Blue the Bastard. He didn't like that one, though.
What color dragon is Tindari?
Green. Jugas, Lord of the Black. Sivra, Destroyer of Life, is the red one.
So, I feel like Bringer of Death and Destroyer of Life
hold a lot different connotation to Lord of the Sky,
I mean, it depends on if you're in the sky or not.
I suppose.
So Springwater says, yeah, we're not entirely sure what the gate was gating. That's why none of us
Presumably a
killed
dragon.
Blue before.
Sorry.
Thanks, Sue, for opening the gate. He looks at Sue seriously.
Well, I just, I was told to help the defenders complete their mission, and they said their mission was killing Blue, so kill him we did.
Yeah, I can't be mad at you, Blue. Or Sue. You did great. Sue the Blue. It's your new name.
So we can find out what they're guarding by killing the other dragons.
I mean, there is a sense to that.
So Springwater's going to bring you over by Basil, and he takes out a D&D equivalent of a Sharpie, and he just starts drawing the guild insignia on your shoulder, Sue.
Basil has already got a temporary tattoo prepared. He pulls out the sticker set, gives it a lick, and puts it on Sue. What, you think he's not ready for this? I'm offended, Ricky.
I wasn't ready for this. This is slap.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
horror on Sue's face as he goes from being drawn on to lick stamped.
It's part of the magic, okay?
Right? You guys, you magic Sue. Springwater says, well, I have to talk to people about adult things. Hopefully these people can explain all this stuff to you. I know we use big words, Ren. And he heads up to the thing to use the portal.
Rin flips him off.
Oh,
Why
look at
he
that
has his
tiny amount of
back
hate.
turn. Rin smiles.
So we're supposed to go kill other dragons?
As I understand it, aren't those other dragons already dead and Blue was the last remaining bulwark? But yes, my interpretation could have been incorrect, but yes, I believe it's the point not that Blue was the last and now we're going to have to deal with whatever aftermath of undoing this gate monarchy. So I suppose we should be looking to prepare for some sort of great danger on the morrow. I suppose I'm not very certain how to prepare for something like that, other than, just get ready for a fight. But perhaps we could do something to prepare Centrevale. We don't know when this, whatever was being gated off, will make its way into where we are, or even where it will show up. But perhaps we could have the people brace themselves. I don't really want to cause a panic, but I saw what Blue himself did to Daboldar.
Springwater said something about, or Kane. Kane said something about Abel having information about Blue and maybe information about this gate. Do we have any way of getting a hold of Abel? Does anybody have a connection with him?
I turn slowly to Rabijjan.
Dave the bear turns slowly to Rabijjan.
Gandalf pokes his head in through a window and looks at Rabijjan.
Matsu turns slowly and looks at Rabijjan.
Okay, I get it.
There's this weird peasant who's never been in the inn before, who just opens one of the swinging doors and turns slowly to Rabijjan.
And Onyx turns slowly to Dave.
A spectral head of Abel shows up and turns slowly to Rabijjan.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Please look away from Rabijjan now. And then Rabijjan is gonna kind of try to turn her back on everybody, but since she's surrounded, she's just gonna kind of curl up into a fetal position and be like, "Mr. Abel, sir, Rabijjan needs assistance, please."
Abel appears and he's leaning on the table watching. He's like, "I just love listening to you say that you need my help."
Hello, Mr. Abel, sir. Rabijjan's friends have questions for you.
I don't care about it. Hi, hello. How's everybody doing? What can I help you guys with?
Would you like some dragon steak?
Yes, it's actually one of my favorite foods.
It's from Blue, so it's really tender.
You killed Blue. Oh,
Mr. Abel, sir, what kind of gates was Blue talking about? And everybody else, Mr. Kane seems upset.
I don't know if you would call it upset, more like terrified.
Terrified?
At first he was afraid.
He wasn't petrified, though.
Yeah, you guys, you just made. Were you bored?
Well, yeah, because Sue did most of the work. I didn't even get a swing in.
Sue's with you now. Oh, because I have your other buddy. Yeah, Phanilius is doing great work. Great work. What year is it right now? I've had Phanilius for about 400 years.
Well, the current year is 212 PW.
About 600 years.
What do you mean?
I've had them with me. If you were to think of it, the time that myself and Fenilius would have experienced linearly, it's been about 600 years. For you, I think it's been a week-ish.
About 48 hours.
Not even a week. I'm getting quicker in my old age.
That's what she said.
Rabijjan, you look very confused. What's going on?
Rabijjan's just confused because the time doesn't match.
Okay. He takes a noodle from something or string, and he lays it down on the table. Rabijjan, when you travel from one end of the string to the other, you walk on the string to get there. Okay? So you kind of wind and turn and follow the path laid out of the string. Correct? You understand what I'm saying?
And that don't take long.
Yeah.
You don't have the ability to leave the string. You have to walk on the string. What I do is I simply step off the string and move to the point in the string that I want to be off and step back onto the string. I cheat.
So, okay.
So, I have taken Fenilius and Gravine with me up and down and back and forth this string several times now. While we've experienced these days and we've experienced all this time, whenever I came back to this time. So it's been, as the weirdly snakish friend over there said, 48 hours. It's been 600 years.
Excuse me, Abel. But
Yes, my sneaky, snaky friend.
what is the meaning of these gates?
You say it plural. Usually gates are simply things to take one thing from one place to another.
These dragons together serve as a gatekeeper, but each one individually.
It took the power of 4 of the strongest dragons out there to lock away a group of things. When you've killed one of the dragons, now the gate is not at full strength and is susceptible to the mass amount of power from those beings on the other side of the gate.
What lies beyond the gate?
A bunch of jerks.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah.
Would you be more specific?
That's a big list. That's a big list. There's some demons. There's dragons. There's godlike powers there. Have you guys ever met an incarnation of Tiamat?
What do you mean by an incarnation of Tiamat and not just a bag of stuff?
Well, because Tiamat's a god. You never actually meet a god. You experience a piece of that god's power. So have you ever
We've met something like that. Yes.
Have you seen visions or spoken with Tiamat? You have. I remember.
Yeah.
With the well. You,
Mhm.
he points to halflings. You actually angered Tiamat, which was smart. Well, just imagine if Tiamat had a free gate into your world now and could come back and remember how you pissed her off.
I bet she does.
She doesn't yet, but she might soon.
So if you're able to go back and forth in time and experience 600 years of time and know all those things and do this and that, since you've been doing it since the beginning, why aren't you able to prevent such thing to happen?
How open to me telling you what to do all the time would you be, Red?
Not at all.
There's your answer. I need you alive. Otherwise, I would have killed you a long time ago.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, I would.
I know you would have. Totally.
So, I can't. You guys are the key to figuring all this out, so I can't make you guys do things. I have to let you do your things yourselves. I can advise, and my advice to you is get ready for a fight.
Yeah, I would be way more inclined now that the world is in danger. That
But honestly, you don't trust me.
No, I don't.
Sue, do you trust me?
From the window, the voice of Scandal says, "If it'll get me a raise, I trust you as well.
We have an arrangement.
A well-paying one, I hope."
Rabijjan trusts Mr. Able Geyser mostly.
Rabijjan, would you trust me with your life? Would you trust me with the life of your friends? Would you trust me with the life of your followers?
Yes.
I guess that's a no.
Yes, Rabijjan would. Rabijjan would trust Mr. Able Geyser with that. What Rabijjan doesn't always trust are Mr. Able Geyser's motives, but that's that's not that big a thing.
Yeah, you can trust me. My motives are very self-serving. I never lie about those.
Okay.
I would like to insight check that.
Sure.
No, his motives are very self-serving all the time, every time.
He got a 9. I'll tell you what. I have held a lot of information from you guys.
No shit.
He looks at you for a second, and a steel plate appears over your mouth. You can't talk now for a second. Right? No pain, no damage, but just an eerie amount of power is displayed. Matter of fact, everybody needs a will saving throw, DC 20.
Ren rolled a 26.
Grok got a 18.
How's everybody making a will save?
Sorry, wisdom save. Stop being a jerk.
Whoever's a will is away.
Stop calling me out.
Basil got a 16. I'm not gonna spend a key point to re-roll it because I don't think he would versus Abel. Not that he doesn't think he could do it, I just don't think he would want to.
Alex got a 5.
Rabijjan got a 13.
Anybody hear the DC?
Matsu
20.
got a
20.
21.
So Rin, Matsu are okay. Everybody else you're experiencing the presence of a being that is. You've been in the presence of big dragons, right? You've been in the presence of a lich several times, a couple different. You've never experienced a being that was so powerful that on its worst day you had no chance of doing anything to it. And for the first time, Abel's letting you experience himself. So everybody's frightened, terrified, except for the ones who saved. And even the ones who saved, you have a healthy understanding that this thing in front of you is not just Abel a man, it's a power. And he looks at you and he goes, I'm going to explain a few things for you and I'll answer a few questions for you. But let me explain that I am not from your galaxy. Your existence, your reality is not mine. I am a visitor here. The only reason I'm involved is because something on this planet caught my eye. And my entire involvement, I could care less if your entire reality collapses. At the end of the day, I could just go on about my time exploring and be content. But one thing here has caught my eye, and I'm protecting that one thing. Unfortunately, I'm only able to use a piece of my power to protect that one thing. So, now that I've got your attention, if you had a question for me, what would that question be? And I'll start with you. And he unclamps. The thing's gone like it was never there, Ren, and you're now able to talk.
Alright. What I want to know is what are your, in the most possible depth of explanation, what are your motives?
Okay? Simple. There's one thing on this planet that enamors me. It has gotten my attention. It's interesting. It's different to me. I don't understand it.
Grok starts turning his head slowly and starts to stare at Rabijjan as Abel explains this.
And I'm here to learn about that thing. That is what my motives are for this planet. And until I can understand that thing cannot be erased from existence.
Oh, it's love.
Congratulations, Rabijjan. You're now immortal.
Not so much.
She's a woman. They're all confusing.
But test me on that, Rabijjan. Test me on that.
On what?
On you being immortal. Go ahead and test that out.
No, meow. Meow. No, meow.
Then I'll pause and I'll look at Grok. Not the any of the fakes, but actual Grok. And go, what's your question?
I would like another few moments to think about that.
You've had weeks.
I realize I've had weeks, but you have just disclosed some very interesting information, and I would like to ponder that before I come up with my new question.
So he looks at Matsu and goes, you, Snake Man, do you have a question?
So when you did this, that was... Roland was still with the group.
Sure.
So, yeah, Matsu doesn't...
Matsu doesn't have a question that he'd like answered?
I mean, this is probably like his first interaction with Abel ever. He's just like a background guildie.
Yep. So as you're staring at Abel, you see the form that Abel usually picks, but kind of highlighted, almost like transparent, transposed maybe over him. You kind of see the form in the picture I showed. So it's almost a tentacly, kind of very, very Cthulhu-y. Not Cthulhu. What's the name of that stuff?
Cthulhu.
Yeah, I know who Cthulhu is.
Lovecraftian.
Yeah, very Lovecraftian, thank you. Very Lovecraftian type of being kind of etched around it. And you less than hear Abel at this point as you feel his words emanate towards you. And it's a lot. It almost is like a weight every time he speaks, just pressure building on you. Like, this is raw power emanating out.
So, what brought you here in the first place? I mean, you didn't discover this phenomenon until you arrived. Which is probably way more than Matsu knows.
I got bored. I lived an infinite amount of time in the area to which which I came into existence, and I saw this new reality exploding, and this battle that took place, and all these new worlds sprouting, in these tiny, fragile creatures, like ants, running across these planets. And the closer I got to the ants, I realized they weren't insignificant creatures, but they had thoughts, feelings, and wills. But they didn't quite know how to push those out into existence. And while I was exploring, I found the thing that brought me interest here and decided to stay for a while. And then he turns and he looks at Onyx and he goes, "You, Onyx, probably the most entertaining of the guild. What question would you ask?"
Okay, he's over there and he's like, has this deep look in his face, like he's trying to think, and you could almost see smoke coming off the top of his head.
Yeah. Yes. Am I really the king of down here?
Yes, Onyx, you are the king, the first king of this nation down here. This nation that will grow and outlast most of the nations that are currently on the face of this planet. I've been far into this future, and almost every outcome I saw was of down here being a prosperous form of stable government. Not only that, but you'll be happy to know that your wife ends up doing most of the boring work, and you're pretty much around for the big fights.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also, for years and years and years after your death, for some reason, mainly I keep spreading the story, people remember the epic battle of Onyx and the 10 Beholders.
That just happened.
Yep. Very quietly, although Onyx can hear, he goes, "Onyx can't really count, so I just picked 10 because it's a lot." Basil.
Basil uses his stillness of mind to sort of set aside his fear for the moment.
Doesn't happen.
It feels good for him.
You use stillness of mind, but you're still very afraid.
He hasn't ceased looking at Abel. He sort of has held his gaze at him the whole time, and he sort of thinks for a moment and looks him up and down and says, "I don't suppose this is a question as much as for myself, but in a lifetime, how would one learn as much as yourself?"
In one lifetime? A human or elvish even lifetime?
A lifetime of someone that matters.
I've existed so long that even I don't know the number of years I've been around, especially with me bouncing around in time. I've existed so long that I may be the oldest thing you've ever encountered, and anything has ever encountered, gods included.
Older than the gods. Intriguing.
And this infant reality, yes. Your toddler gods and goddesses are not older than I am. They're very strong.
Then perhaps I could inquire where is a good place to start.
At the top of a mountain. There's a mountain that exists and a reality not too far away from here. And at the top of this mountain, knowledge flows. And I know that sounds weird, but trust me. And when Phenilius comes back, ask him. I've got him there right now.
Perhaps I'll get to see it myself one day.
It's possible.
He just nods.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot. To be in this sort of powerful presence, but much like clerics do, most of the time, entities like the old ones from outside of reality, right? And this is D&D lore. I'm not even making crap up at this point in time. I've just assigned a name to one of them. Outside of the normal reality where you live, kind of where aberrations come from, or aboleths and stuff like that, exists chaos, right? And in that chaos, things just came into existence of just massive power. And one of those is Abel. He's been around forever. But much like deities in the area where D&D typically exists, you don't typically, like when you've experienced Freya, you didn't experience actual Freya. Normally you experience a piece of Freya that she sends out to interact with you. And Freya can be in 1,000 million places at one time doing a bunch of stuff. She's almost got infinite power. She's God, major goddess. So Freya can do a lot of different stuff, and you just see a little sliver of her. And most of the time when you're interacting with Abel, a little sliver of Abel is interacting with you and talking with you. Right now, even this oppressive force is not Abel. It's a chunk. It's a little more of Abel than you used to. Had this much Abel showed up in the cave, you guys would have just died. Right? You'd have been oppressed. You'd just dead. Which brings up a great question. Who put Abel in the cave?
Well, you said the cultists put him in the cave, but I remember when we found him, he wasn't locked in there. Like, there were no wards or glyphs. He could have just walked out at any time.
Maybe there used to be wards and glyphs, but could you come up with could any of your characters come up with a spell to put Abel in a cage?
Yeah, it's called lefty or righty.
Oh, mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Exactly.
So, Fenilius is gone. Gravine is gone. Rabijjan. Abel kind of, the presence of Abel seems to only focus on you for a moment.
Hello.
What kind of question can I answer for you? Do you want to know what Freya's like at a dinner party?
Yes, but that's not my question.
Wonderfully pleasant. She's a great hostess. Do not cross her.
That seems fitting. Rabijjan was wondering if this world is in a time loop, right? It's in a time loop and it keeps restarting. Is it really like better off to be restarting, or is it just kind of delaying the inevitable? Is this world gonna disappear or like die?
This world is important for a couple of reasons. For me, there's a thing here that I value. Okay, so this world disappearing is not going to happen.
Okay.
For that alone. For the reality here, for people who care about the reality here, this is the original world. When all creation happened, we talked about this briefly. I don't know if any of you guys remember. Talked about two things fighting, the sword, and planets were created in the wake of their combat. This was the first one. This was the oldest planet in existence. And I've said that before, I'm pretty sure. Ron, do you remember that?
I remember. I do remember that.
Yeah. So this is the first world, and this is the anchor point for the rest of reality. Where this world goes, everything too shall follow. So this goes away. Eventually, all of it's gone, and then I'll be fine. My reality will still exist, but everything else will go away. So no, I'm not preventing the inevitable. I'm preventing the complete destruction.
Okay.
Well, you guys all look like you're excited, thrilled, maybe. Aren't you glad you welcomed me into your inn?
Yeah.
By the way, Brack, the whole time, is usually a green goblin, is white. He's white with terror.
I'm at least glad, Abel, that we have the opportunity to do something.
Well, you guys are sure complicating things by opening that gate. I was hoping we could deal with that mess later.
Tell us don't
Because
open
they're
gates.
small.
I'm ready for my question, Abel.
Did I skip you?
No, I asked for you to come back to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tell me all about this gate. Where's it going? What's it doing? Why is it a problem? Who can we hire to take care of it for us so we don't have to deal with it?
There's nobody to hire. You guys are going to have to take care of it. The gate itself isn't a problem. It's a beautiful piece of magic that it would take a while for me to explain. But essentially, we sealed a gate with the blood of 5 dragons. Back whenever they had their pact, the whole reason the pact came into existence was to create this gate. I kind of forced their hand, unofficially, behind the lines, behind the scenes. So I took a lot of the stuff and sealed it into this gate, both good and bad. But it was a lot of the big heavy hitters. Tiamat's behind this gate. A couple of demon lords are behind this gate. A lot of minions because they were just in the location. But a few surprises. There's not completely evil people behind the gate. There's a few big people because you had to keep them occupied in a place while the spell was cast. So this gate is going to open, inevitably, because there's too much power behind the gate that wants it to open. And when the gate opens, Tiamat herself in her complete form will be able to come back into this planet, including a few demon lords. She's not coming alone. It's a big fight. It's way worse than 5 beholders. Or 10 beholders. And he winks at Alec.
That's good, because that was really easy.
Yeah, this will not be easy. I don't like it. But it had to be taken care of eventually. You guys are just quick to the draw. So the gate's not the problem, it's the stuff behind the gate.
What now? Where can you find the gate?
So, the gate sealed away Tiamat.
Among a lot of other things.
This is not good.
I mean, quite frankly, I figured we'd have to deal with this. I was hoping to push it off this time until after we finished the death thing.
Ren had a good question.
What was Ren's question?
Where's the gate? I mean, where can we find it?
Until it breaks, you can't really find it because the piece of existence it was on was transported away, and so the world kind of sealed around it.
Can you transport us this place?
No, it doesn't exist right now. Once the gate pops, it'll exist again.
Ah.
And that was set in motion by the death of Blue.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 5 dragons that we had, which were kind of untouchables, we didn't let anybody else. Blue's Fortress was hidden because I put it there. But those 5 dragons, yeah, they took all of their power to keep that gate. And I don't think they realized exactly what. I think they knew they had good stuff hidden, but I don't think they realized quite the totality of it.
So, with the gate compromised, do the other dragons need to be slain for it to open? Or can it open now that it has been weakened?
It can open now that it's been weakened. If the people on the other side of the gate realize what happened, they will come through soon. The dragons don't need to be slain, but the only reason we hadn't slain them was because of this gate, which is not a factor now. Now, most assuredly, if you kill all 5, the gate will open right then. So you might buy yourself time by not killing the dragons, you might not.
I see.
Perhaps we could try and recruit some of our metallic friends.
Oh, if they hear about the gate, they are going to go ham. That's word for word what he says, using modern slang.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
Bacon's good.
Bacon is good.
Dragon bacon?
Dragon bacon is great.
I'll have to try that next time. Oh, we should not mention that we ate a dragon to them. That would be very inappropriate, I think.
Don't eat their color, they're fine.
Well, would they? Do you think they would be willing to lend aid?
That's a question for them.
We're gonna have to talk to the silly again.
Yeah, you are. If Basil ever rides a dragon into battle, 100% it's going to be the Silly.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the one on the Great Sage Road?
Yeah.
I suppose that's appropriate. I'll go find Nina later.
And on that note, the power from Abel diminishes. He's back to just being the presence he is, and he goes, well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Looks like you guys have learned a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, and we'll see how you guys are doing later. And with that, he's gone. We're going to go ahead and end the episode there. Thanks for coming along and listening to us play some Dungeons & Dragons. We hope you had a good time. And join us next time with Defenders of the Veil as we try to find dragons to slay.
Hi, this is Mallory. I do the voice of Rabijjan, and I wanted to say thank you for joining us for another episode of Defenders of the Veil. If you would like to hear more of Defenders of the Veil, you can find us at Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, and pretty much anything else that plays podcasts. You can also find us on Twitter at Defenders Veil and Facebook, Defenders of the Veil. Our episodes come out weekly, and we would love for you to share us with your friends. We hope that you will join us again soon. Thanks again.
Keep our healer safe, so we have more time to insult her, obviously.
Oh, I see.
That was me speaking, not Basil, even though for some reason I felt the need to say it in Basil. You know, actually, that was Scandal. You know, Scandal and Rabijjan had a bit of a rocky relationship.
Belethiel.
How is that all close to marrying?
Listen, I don't need your judgment. Translation's weird from Elvish to Humanish to Redneckish.
And Phoenician.
Oh, is that like an American thing? Okay, I get it.
English is the language you speak, Basil.
I can't understand you, Vicky. You're gonna have to start speaking with Queen's English. I don't. What are you saying?
What I say, old pal?
Oh,
All right, guys, come on.
I get you.
It's the closest Basil and I have ever been. Hashtag sponsor us, Power Rangers.
Or Pampers.
Or Pampers. Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe what are the pull-ups? I'm a big boy now. Oh, I'm so easily distracted.
Since he's not an official member, he needs, you know, some of the member, not the member magic. Wait a second, not that.
Member magic, huh? Is that a new spell of sorcery?
No.
New
I
screen
already
sorcery?
have plenty of
No.
member magic, thank you.
I mean, you say that, but I've seen your damage numbers in combat. I would consider you a one-pump jump.
But that one
Spoon.
pump.
Yeah, it's the last pump you'll ever need.
All right.
So
all
yeah,
right, all right,
I
all right.
imbue him with the member magic too,
He's member magic.
for the temporary tattoo.
And what about Lord of the Black?
I don't really want to make
He
a judgment
sees
on
a
that.
red door and he wants it painted black.
It's just an emo dragon.
It's rough. It's rough being a dragon this old. You know, I've seen some things. I've had
Ricky-
time to get a perspective.
I want his humanoid form to be an elf with a massive, like, emo cut. You know, the hairstyle, the big fucking the big fringe. Yes, and he's got the guy liner on.
What color did I leave out? Green? No, I got green.
No, that's
Blue?
everyone.
You didn't do blue.
But
Yeah,
that's
blue is Ziga Gargantuous.
I know.
Oh, there we go. We got all
Messing
four.
with
Okay,
them.
good. I was like, why am
You're
I?
good.
I
You're
feel
good.
like I'm all right here, but I don't feel like I'm all right here. Things are
It's
going on.
okay.
I don't get it, guys. Ooh.
You're the dungeon master, not the math master. You don't have to worry about it. It's okay.
Oh, that's it. All of a sudden, I'm gonna have all the the realms of law. I'm just gonna start bringing out those weirdly shaped guys. The Modrons.
Oh yeah, the Modrons.
So
Names that weren't accepted was the White One
That's what I call you.
or Lord of the Brown.
That's what you call me.
and we're playing a game.
Yes, true.
And
D&D.
it's fun.
What was Springwater say?
Perfect. And at this point in time, Kane will have come back with you to kind of check on everybody as he walks in. He goes, "How's all my friends doing? All my friends in this is it a talking bear? You guys have a talking bear? What are you guys doing to bears?"
Don't talk to the talking bear, please. He's gonna tell some bad jokes, and it's gonna annoy me, and I'm gonna stop eating because I'm gonna be stressed. And
I think he's hilarious.
Really?
I don't know why that little halfling hates me. But you know what I do know? I know why paladins wear chainmail. Because it's holy armor.
Here we go again.
You know what Rabijjan's favorite tea drink is? Divinity. Because she's a cleric.
Not wrong.
How does one drink divinity?
A gulp at a time. What do you call an orc with 2 brain cells? Pregnant.
Okay. You gotta pick one, Ricky. It's either racist or it's misogynistic.
No. Go for the high score. What is an ogre considered an armored knight? 10 to beef.
Okay.
What do you call a 1,000-year-old fae? A millennial elf. At that point in time, Springwater will, with a look of disgust, walk away from the bear and go, "Yeah, I know. Now I know why you guys didn't tell me you had a talking bear."
I told
We
you.
were a little bit frightened that you might come to procure his services for your business.
He looks at the bear and goes, "Dave, yeah? What is a beholder's favorite food? What? Ice cream."
No, not Kane too. That's not right. That's
He
totally out
lives
of
to
character.
torture people.
That's
What, you
not-
didn't expect him to know these jokes?